Dum da dum da da dum da dum da da da. Love you. What can I say? When the man wants a kiss, he wants a kiss. So, this is Chrissy and Dana, just kind of chilling out at Mom's. If you guys haven't seen, there's another YouTube channel called Run and Hide from Every Yo, which used to be called Run and Hide from Everyone, but apparently that title was too long for YouTube to like. I did a video on it the other night. Some people misinterpreted it, some things that weren't the case. When I said something about people living a lie and what have you, I just meant in general. It was just an insight. It was not poked at anyone or prodded at anyone. We gotta get ready to pick up his niece here in like another 18 minutes. Yeah, there's Dana peeking out like a little kid. He's like, hi guys. But I want to speak today about something a little bit different than me and Dana went through. I don't want to get into direct instances. Where are you? Where is Dana? There's Dana. Come down here with me. Where are you at? Come here. Because I want your input into this too. Yeah, that's Dana above my head. If you guys haven't seen him before, you have now. He doesn't do camera very often, so feel the love on that. The other night we were subject to some stuff, and I don't know, I just kind of wanted to speak on to it. If you go to party with somebody and they don't party, don't give them a hard time about, like, them not doing what you're doing. And don't assume that because somebody doesn't do what you do, they're not cool. I think it's pretty much everyone to their own, you know, sort of thing. Shit. Open the screen door, Nina, if you would please, and grab that cord. It's on the... that plugs into the... Yeah. Whoa! There's speed. Holy mother of nature. What was I saying before I was distracted by the... Oh, yes. Okay, let's say your friend does meth. You don't find it morally proper, or whatever.
That's what it does in any hole.
So you can't just stick it in any hole. Jeez, that is so male of you. Okay, there we go. Just because you don't do meth or you don't think it's proper doesn't mean that, you know, people should judge you for it. Or if you drink and somebody else you know doesn't drink, doesn't make them uncool, okay? I think it's everybody to their own. Now, just because I don't morally approve of smoking methamphetamine, I don't morally approve of snorting cocaine or smoking ice or shooting heroin or whatever. I don't judge people based on the drugs they do or the habits they have. I judge people based on the personality they carry with those things. So if somebody's smoking meth and asks me, and sorry about the dead quote here, but who the fuck am I? But let me make this clear. I want to tell you who the fuck I am, okay? I am a person who was born in a certain place, raised in a certain place, moved 7 or 8 different places, and then ended up here. I probably know 90% of the people you know, if you walk into a place where I am, that you know that person, and I know that person. That pretty much dictates I probably know people they know. And if I don't, I'm going to tell you I don't know them. But when somebody walks into where I'm staying and says to me, who the fuck are you? My first reaction usually is, no, sir. Who the fuck are you? Because if I'm already sitting in somebody's house, then they already trust me. And if it's their place, then, like, obviously, I wouldn't be there unless they trusted me to be there. Secondarily, I know that's kind of cryptic, and I apologize. But that's all I can say about the situation without involving names, people, places, all that shit. Secondarily, I have never, ever stolen anything from any one of my friends, or my friends' friends, or my friends' friends' friends. And the only thing I have ever 5-finger discounted, pardon the Southeast Ohio term, from a store is like candy, and I think one time I may have done that with a pop, which was an accident because I'd opened it. I was drinking it in the store, and as I was drinking it, she was ringing up my thing, and I forgot to tell her to ring up the pop as well. But when I sit and listen to people talking, like people that have money, that they're not starving, they don't need something to survive, when I hear them talking about stealing, I admit I have a preconception of what the fuck is wrong with you. I do admit that. Because to me, the only valid reason for stealing something is none. There are too many organizations, places, people who would help somebody out for somebody to go and steal shit here. Now, I'm not saying that's the same everywhere, but when you walk into some place here and somebody's been staying with somebody and they're your so-called friend, and they're that person's friend too, they should not, like, assume that because you're the only person that they're barely know in that house, you must have taken their shit. The other thing is, when people are talking to themselves out loud because they're pissed off, it doesn't necessarily mean they're talking about you or anyone you know. They are speaking in general to a particular situation that you may have nothing to do with. Now, granted, there could be times that they're talking about you, but this was not the case in this particular incident. This one I can lay out for you and be clear as long as I don't say names, okay? So, basically, Bob's going through his DVDs, right? And there's a scratch out on one. Now, granted, people are going to get mad that he used it. I don't know. I think to me it's just a word because he was pissed off. But he actually said, stupid, retarded kids who don't fucking know how to behave themselves. Now, this did not dictate to anybody in that house. It was a general statement of somebody scratched my DVDs and it was probably one of the kids. It was basically what he was saying, but he said it pissed off, so it came out the way it came out. Because of that, we were verbally and nearly physically accosted for something he had said. Now, the stupid part is, and I'm sorry, it was stupid, I think, and I'm pretty sure he thinks so. 4 days after it occurred, after it had already been squashed, taken care of, he apologized for using the word against the kids in general. Once the situation was explained, 4 days later, just because somebody got trashed and started thinking about what had happened before, again, he was verbally and nearly physically accosted. when one of us uses the word retarded, and I can speak for both of us because we both feel the same way. We've actually had this discussion. When we use the word retarded, it literally just means like stupid thing. Not stupid person, not person that's slow, not mentally retarded, not mentally deficient. No. Like when I say this retarded motherfucker doesn't do its job, I'm saying this stupid device that I'm fiddling with is not working properly. But I don't feel like sitting there and saying this stupid fucking thing that I'm tinkering with does not work properly. So it will come out of my mouth, stupid fucking retarded thing. Now, with Dana, there is one difference between me and Dana. One. I have actually said to him at one point, and it was a bad thing to say, I actually said, if you're going to go and act fucking retarded, I'll come and act retarded with you. That had to do with the fact that he was borderline on a situation at the time, and I was trying to get across to him just how idiotic what he was about to do was. But I didn't mean that he was acting like someone who had a mental impairment. What I meant was the thing you're about to do is really damn stupid. Okay, but the problem is we were born in Southeast, like raised, I should say, in Southeast Ohio, and no matter what you do, that is the slang around here for like a stupid thing, is the word retarded. Okay? It's not meant against anybody who has family that actually has a mentally retarded child. It is not against, like, anybody out in the world that has an actual slow child. And let me make that clear, we both know that retarded and mentally retarded is actually PC to say mentally challenged or what have you. But basically, it's a child with slow development, okay? And granted, using the word as an insult is not necessarily right. But it did not warrant 4 people screaming in our face about one sentence that he said in a moment of piss-offery. I just wanted to get that off my chest. Third and finally, I'm going to say this in public because I've said it in private, and I'll say it again. Parents who have children that live in their home, in my own personal opinion, which is not necessarily the right one, but is the opinion I live by. Parents with children who live at home with them should not consume any kind of drug with their children at home. And yes, I fucking include goddamn stupid pot in that fucking statement. I smoke pot. I buy pot. I don't care. I said it. But I still will not smoke it in a room with a child, let alone allow the child to have me know that I have it. Because I want the child, when they get older, to remember a good experience with these things. And if they see an adult figure using said things, it is a pre-influence to make them want said thing. You know what I mean? If they're exposed to it by their friends or somebody else in the family, whatever, then so be it. But it's not going to be because of me that some kid picks up a bowl and lights it up. The other statement to that is, me personally, when somebody reaches 15, they are no longer a child. So when I say I won't let it around a child, I mean anybody that's under the age of 15. Because I think at that point you have enough mental capacity to judge for yourself whether or not what somebody's doing is right or wrong, and whether or not it's something you want to do. Basically, I think at the age of 18 or 15, you are above the influence. And that's just how I feel about it. And that is my opinion. So there you go. Oh! Alan, if you see this, Ebba, if you see this, Chris, if you see this, Donna, if you see this, anybody else who sent me a message about anything functioning YouNow and VonLive, you need to go to younow.com/squeakgeek, look where it shows the broadcast, and when you punch the broadcast tab, you will see the recorded image of last night's show. It has the tutorial of where all your shit is and how to turn your shit on and all that happiness. Same way if you go to vonlive.tv/squeakgeek, there's a pre-recorded cast from last night there explaining the Von functions as well. Plus, let me say this, I don't think language corrupts children. I think that violence in the world, not in the media, corrupts children. I think that me saying fuck 55 times in a row does not harm a child, because in all truth and honesty, that is one thing you cannot edit in this world is language, because it takes away freedom of speech, and it's my right to say fuck. And I also want to say that I fully support the young lady, Heartbeat, who was up there last night on YouNow. She was doing fabulously and singing. She was vocally expressing herself using very colorful language, and because of that, she got a 160-minute suspension off of YouNow because she was featured and apparently said shit, ass, fuck, and damn too many times. So they pulled her off the feature and off the site for 160 minutes. Ms. J. Sweet was doing her broadcast. She was the only person in the blog TV tab that was getting thumbs up, so she ended up in the heart slot. Thank you to the people who were nice to my friend Jess, even though they shoved her into Heart's feature slot. And the people who bitched to Jess for being in Heart's slot can go to hell. Because it wasn't Jess's fault. The mod pulled her down. People shouldn't have been all nasty to Jess about it. Is there anything you want to add to this mess before I get ready to go? Because we got like 2 minutes. You know, not even going to say hi or offer any opinions. He's just like, wave and smile, wave and smile. See, he could have been Miss Parade of the Hills. I mean, look, he's got all the skills. He doesn't say nothing. He just waves and smiles, waves and smiles.
I pretty much said everything, so.
Well, I seem like they're similar to what you do, which is why I was like, there is one thing. There is one very important thing. If I wanted a fucking air mattress, I would have bought a fucking air mattress. I don't want to sleep on a fucking air mattress. I want to sleep on the fucking fold-out couch, or I wouldn't ask you to sleep on the fucking fold-out couch. And that's not a Dana, that's just a person that said it. And I know he agrees with me on that, because his direct statement, he whizzes around on one foot, looks at it and goes, because I don't want to fucking fold out, that's why. I don't want a fucking air mattress. That's what it was. She said something about going to get an air mattress, and he turns on his heel, and Mr. Sweet here goes, because I don't want a fucking air mattress. He just had enough. The night was horrible, and she just caught him at the wrong time.
Oh, yeah.
And she's all, whoa, excuse me, you don't need to have an attitude. And I can hear him under his breath going, "You don't have to be such a bitch." It was great though, because he has no inner monologue when he's pissed off, and he doesn't think about it. And there are a few other people right now laughing at this because they do the same thing. They have no, like, inner, like, everything they think comes out of their mouth when they're pissed. So he says, "You don't have to be such a bitch." Like, under his, like, he thought he was thinking it, but he said it. And this girl just looks at me and I'm like, "Well, you are." So this is Chrissy and Dana, also known as Danissy, thank you, Dolly Perro, saying, remember to feel the love. Yeah, see, feel the love. Even when you're telling somebody off, you should still feel love for them. That is what matters. Yep, oh, he's got it. It's coming. Get it up here. Get it up. Yay! He has felt the love, and the love is good. Rock on, and of course, pass it on. No matter what, even if they hate you for it later. And we're going to end this right now with a quick joke. A very quick joke. And it's very disgusting. If you have children, get them away from the damn YouTube. Put in the headphones. If you have to censor yourself, put in the fucking headphones. Okay, here's the joke. There's this old man that works at a wood factory, right? And the man that works at the wood factory guarantees this guy he works with that just by the smell he can tell whatever wood this guy puts in front of it. So the guy blindfolds the dude, puts him in the middle of a conveyor belt, right? He blindfolds the dude, puts him in the middle of a conveyor belt. And he puts a piece of pine on this conveyor belt. It goes down the belt to where the old man sits. The old man picks it up, smells it, and goes, "Whew, that smells like pine." The guy's in disbelief. He's like, "Oh my God, I gotta see if this works again." So he takes a piece of cedar, dusts it off, puts it on the conveyor belt, sends it down the conveyor belt in front of the guy. The guy picks it up, smells it, goes, "Oh wow, that's cedar." And the guy's like, "Oh my God, this is amazing." So he does it one more time with a piece of ash, right? And the guy smells it and he goes, "Oh, it's ash." So this guy decides, okay, I'm going to fix this punk. I'm going to play a joke. He calls his secretary in, right? And he has his secretary sit on the conveyor belt with her legs spread open. He sends her down the conveyor belt. And the guy smells and he goes, "I'm not quite sure what that is. Could you send it through again?" So the guy has the secretary run back up, she sits back on the conveyor belt, and she gets down in front of the guy, and he smells and thinks about it, and he goes, "Oh, I know what that was." He says, "It's a shithouse door and a shrimp boat." So we thought we'd share out with you guys. Have fun. We love you all. Woo! Shrimp boat.